Hello everybody and welcome to part 3 of the data science interview series, and today we will be covering the questions on assumptions for a linear regression model. But before we go ahead, don't forget to follow and save this reel for later. Now, why are these assumptions important? Because regression itself is a parametric approach, which means it is restrictive in nature and it fails to deliver good results if the dataset does not fulfill these assumptions. Now let's go through all of them one by one. The first one is linearity, which means the relationship between your dependent and the independent variables, which is x and y, should be a straight line. If it is not, then you need to transform your data or try any other model. The second one is homoscedasticity, where your residuals or the error that you get after the predictions should have a constant variance, and if they fan out, then your model is probably not reliable. Let's go to the third one, which is normality of the residuals. All the errors should follow a normal distribution, and if it doesn't follow, then your confidence intervals and the hypothesis testing might be wrong. The fourth one is the independence of errors, which means that the errors in a way shouldn't be related to each other and they shouldn't be talking to each other. And if one error affects the next one, like we have in time series data, then you might need to adjust the data for autocorrelation. Now let's move on to the fifth one, which is no multicollinearity. This means that if your independent variables are too similar to each other, then your model might get confused. And this is pretty much similar to having two different devices showing two different routes on the GPS app. Right, and the sixth one is no endogeneity, which means that your independent variables must not be influenced by the error term, otherwise your model is probably making some biased predictions.